You know, a lot of the audience that are watching our videos in Generation 9 are basically young, aspiring bodybuilders, right? Um, you know, a lot of those guys and girls, whatever, they look for advice, especially, you know, in the beginning stages. What advice would you give to a young bodybuilder who's looking to get it, to bring it to the next level and actually get a coach? And find a guru, coach, whatever, because a lot of them get, you know, bad rap a lot of the times. So from your perspective, what is the right approach of getting a coach to take you to the next level and potentially competing?
Okay, cool. That's actually a really good question because I had a couple coaches in the beginning that didn't quite know things, and people who come to me for coaching, they've been burned by some bad coaches. One thing I would say is, if possible, have someone who's like educated formally, but also has a good like life experience with coaching people. Look at their clients and see how they look. But looking at clients, like I say, isn't the only factor because they could be doing tons of stuff that is very very unhealthy, and you never know how they look after that photo. That's one snapshot of how that person looks. You don't know how they felt. You know how they recovered after anything. So um, if you can, honestly, like if you really, this is a big deal. Like finding a coach is a big deal. Like um, I was with my last coach for 4 years. I didn't plan on switching before he passed away. With this coach I have now, John Meadows, I don't plan on leaving him anytime soon. Best bet it was like Dustin Jackson. Dustin Jackson's only had two coaches in his whole career. So this is like a big thing. This is a big relationship you're kind of building into. So don't be afraid to take your time and ask them questions. You know, um, any question you have, if they get mad at you for asking them questions, that's a bad sign right there. If they don't have an answer for something, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if they should be willing to find it out if they don't know. They should be honest with you. I think honesty is a big thing. Like you can tell if someone's bullshitting you real quick. You ask them a question and they don't give you a good answer. Or they just say trust the process or this and that. You know, um, I think that's another big thing to think about when you're finding a coach, someone who's open and real with you, and someone who gives you real expectations. A lot of coaches want to blow smoke up people's ears because they're scared they'll leave them or something like that. A coach should be honest. Like they should give you realistic timelines for stuff, realistic expectations, because honestly, I think that's the nicer thing to do. It may hurt at that time to hear that, but that's honestly the nicer thing because it's better to kind of realize that early on than to get to that point and not, things not happen the way he kind of hyped you up to believe, you know. So I think those are a couple of things young guys should look for when they're looking for a coach.
Do you think a coach should ever be responsible for the athlete's health? Like, let's say, because he's giving him the advice to whatever the it might be, the advice is, right? But should they be held responsible for the health of the athlete?
Personally, I think they should. I mean, like, it's kind of like, granted, when they're not doctors, but you would hold a doctor responsible for the health of their patient. You're paying this person for a service. You're paying this person to help you meet your physique goals, but at the same time to keep you healthy. If a coach can't do that, then yeah, they should definitely be held responsible. If a coach isn't telling you to do like proper blood work and this and that and do this and do that, then that's an issue. I believe that um, yeah, I definitely believe that's a very important part as a coach to not only help you get your goals, but also keep you functioning properly. Most of the year. You know, um, yeah, definitely, I believe that.
Have you ever like hold the coach responsible for the results? Like for instance, you do a show and you don't get the placement you wanted. Do you ever look at the coach and kind of be like, well, maybe you gave me the wrong advice, or you always had a good relationship with your coaches?
No, I don't blame a coach on my like. I blame like if I look like crap, then yeah. But like if I look good and I don't place well, then it is what it is. That's not the judge's fault. That's not my competitor's fault. That's just where I am right now with my physique and what the judges thought I looked like. Um, Definitely wouldn't. I would never blame a coach on my. If I look good, I would never blame a coach for my placing. Yeah, yeah. I would. I mean, if I look like crap, then yeah, it could be an issue. But even then, there's sometimes where, yeah, yeah. If I did not look good, then yeah, I could probably blame the coach at that point. Yeah.
So the best, you would say the best way to for the young people out there to screen a coach is basically try to get recommendations maybe from people, right? Like to look out for
Yeah,
like what people are
yeah.
saying about it.
Recommendations. Do your own research into. What's funny? They were trying to build. This one guy was trying to build like a website to rate coaches, but it didn't work out because it's kind of tough to get everyone to get involved in that type of thing. But yeah, definitely get feedback from current clients and former clients. I would say too, if you can find it, it shouldn't be hard. You scroll like if you take more than 10 minutes just to scroll down the page and see some old clients that may not be with them, you just reach out to them and say, "Hey, what do you think of this guy?" Real simple stuff. Yeah.